Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Talking wrestling right now. News that's going around right now. We know RVD, good friend of mine, is no longer with Impact Wrestling, and the word is going around that he may return to the WWE. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about RVD making a return to WWE? Or do you just think this is white noise people are putting out there since RVD is now a free agent from Impact Wrestling, along with the lovely Katie Forbes?
Yeah, RVD and WWE. Well, it depends on what he wants to do, right? We were talking about Dwight Howard and Dwight coming to the Lakers. He understood his role, right? That I am not the starter anymore. I'm a utility guy. I'm going to be put in where I'm needed. And that's kind of what RVD did the last time he was in WWE. I remember he worked the world title program with Alberto Del Rio. They put, what was his name? Ricardo Rodriguez with him as his mouthpiece and manager, which was kind of an odd fit. He was only in for about 3 months. It wasn't what I was expecting when RVD was coming back. So this time I feel like now 5 years has gone by, maybe 6.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's been a while. I feel like he would be in a slightly lesser role just because of the wealth of talent they have right now. Can you use an RVD? Sure, absolutely. But I feel like he'd kind of be more in that realm of what Kurt was in his last run with the company. You're going to be working with the mid to upper card guys and trying to get the next generation over. So if RVD wants to do that, I think that he'd be a benefit to the company and to the roster. I personally think he makes more sense at this point in his career in AEW. I feel like him and Katie Forbes, if they want to continue this package that they have, I'm not sure Katie is really the fit right now as far as her in-ring abilities with WWE. I haven't seen a lot of her stuff lately, so I could be wrong in that. But just them as a package, I wouldn't see them together in WWE. They'd probably be apart. So if they want to continue that act, I could see them continuing it in something like AEW.
You think WWE hires Katie Forbes?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I haven't ever seen a recent match.
She got a mean scissor kick.
Does she?
Yeah.
I haven't. I'm being honest. I'm being totally transparent. I haven't seen a match of hers in years. So last time I saw her was on WoW, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she could be different from the last time I saw her. So I don't really have an educated opinion on that. The last thing that I saw, I don't know if her in-ring abilities would match the level of the roster, especially in NXT or WWE right now. But that I could be wrong. Yeah. But I think that them as a package, I could see them like versus Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. I mean, that could be a little rivalry they have in AEW. I think that he makes more sense there if they want to be a package, right? Or what do you think?
You know what, man? I think I don't know. It's hard to judge. How people think these days because we're in a different stratosphere as far as wrestling goes, especially with AEW being something new, something fresh, something that's going to be moving into the future. Somewhat like UFC started 20 years ago, and now it's something that's just a household name. It's regular, but when you've been in the business like an RVD, you don't want to wait for 20 years for all that to happen. You know what I mean? You want to be a part of something. It's kind of like you want to go home and finish the career out a certain way and walk away from it and say, man, it was cool. And then, make a run, one last run, I think, in the WWE is very important for RVD's career. I think he may not think that, but I would think to finish it because, the Hall of Fame, may mean nothing to a lot of people, but to get a chance to thank the fans in front of thousands of people, in front of just a few, is something special. Okay, don't think about the ring or anything like that. Don't think about, the title or anything like that. But think about how much time you put into the business and to walk away from it, not being able to thank the fans is almost like a member of your family getting COVID and you never get a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at me walking and you know, down there, you know, out there and at the Hall of Fame and saying, man, I thank the fans. I think, you know, I thank my wife, you know, for, you know, helping me along that ride. And a lot of the guys who, you know, facilitated me getting to that next level. To thank those guys publicly is something that you may only get a chance to do once. And if you get a chance to do it in front of a platform like WWE, guys can say what the hell they want to say. But I think that's the ultimate way to go out.
Uh, that I don't disagree with, but I still think as a package, if because he and Katie Forbes were trying something different out in TNA or in Impact Wrestling, excuse me. And RVD was playing a little bit more of the heel side of it. If he comes back to WWE, they're going to want him to be the RVD that we saw, you know, for all those years, the ones that the one that fans will remember. So if he doesn't want to do that, I don't fault him for that. If he wants to, you know, see what else is out there. I think that he's still a benefit, though. He's still got some juice in the tank, right? He's still got a little roll in that thunder. You know what I mean? So we got to see if he can, if he comes back. I would like it. You know, obviously I'm an RVD fan.
What do fans think, man? What do fans think as far as RVD?
Yeah, right, y'all weigh in. Y'all weigh in. Should RVD go to WWE or AEW or just go the independent route?